Well, tomorrow is a pivotal time for Chicago as we choose the city's next mayor.
And here to fill us in with the latest and get you ready to vote is NBC Chicago's political reporter, Mary Ann Ahern.
Hello.
It has been crazy.
How did we, so how did we end up with these two?
Yeah.
How did it come down to this?
You know, it often ends up those who have not only the most money, but they have to have people vote for them and inspire them. So we have two people who are just so different. Paul Vallis would be considered obviously more moderate, to Brandon Johnson being more progressive. And Brandon Johnson comes with the teachers union help. Paul Vallis comes with the help of business. That's how they got there.
So how big of a deal are these endorsements? What does that matter?
I think endorsements matter in the sense that people who might be wondering, that 10% they say that's undecided, might be going, okay, which way should I go? It was very important for Paul Vallis to have Jesse White as his first endorsement in the runoff, to show diversity. Now he has some others. The black vote is important, and that diversity, to have a coalition, you need that. Brandon Johnson has been able to get more national leaders, Bernie Sanders, AOC, people that folks recognize and go, oh, well, I didn't realize that people think that Brandon Johnson might be our mayor, so maybe if they see it.
How do Chicagoans feel about that, though?
Yeah,
because
well, we're
going to
see.
Like all of a sudden you've got an opinion about our city.
Right. They are going, we're going to see about whether those matter or not. But you'd never say no to a Bernie Sanders if you're a progressive candidate.
Right, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So crime, still the issue, and nothing has changed.
It is still the issue, and yet they have very different ways of how they would approach it. Brandon Johnson says, I'm going to promote 200 detectives, and that will help solve crime. Paul Vallis says, we need way more officers. There's 1,100 vacancies. Brandon Johnson will not commit to that because he also believes there needs to be more social workers and mental health workers. So it's who do you think will solve that problem, and who are you going to choose to lead the department?
And they both have kind of an education background, very different. How different are they when it comes to education?
You know, it's interesting. They both were teachers at one point in their life, but then Paul Vallis took the management approach and being the once CEO of the schools, while Brandon Johnson as a teacher for about 4 or 5 years and now been an organizer for the union. So yes, they're going to have, you know, it's sort of the employee management style.
Right.
More testing, less testing, you know, that kind of thing. And whether or not they believe, Paul Vallis believes in more charter schools. Those are still public schools, but the union does not appreciate having more, they're not in favor of more charter schools.
Okay, we're going to pause right there. We're going to take a quick break.
Way more.
We
We need more.
We need to know what to do. Tell me what about more.